Peace and grand rising to the heirs. All rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a universal, sovereign, original, natural, divine, Moorish American consular court. We are the living Moorish American federal government, the sovereign Moorish American consulate, and the original indigenous Moorish American consular court. We are the most ancient court, both in heaven and on earth. Ego sum. Governing justice, Rosalind Spiritus Sanctus, Imamu Ra El Bey, in capitis diminuto nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. My free chosen national appellation of nobility is Rose Spirit Bay, in capitis diminuto nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. No United States corporation, company, person, nor their agents, principals, heirs, and assignees, nor any derivative thereof, has personam jurisdiction over me or any sovereign nobility of this earth. This universal, sovereign, lawful cause of action is manifested by the original indigenous, sovereign, natural, divine people who are the de jure Moorish American federal government, the Moorish American consulate, and the de jure Moorish American consular court. The universal natural area code for this sovereign court is 86P 8WR2G plus 3X. This cause of action is sovereign alphanumeric identifier MACG plus cause aught 16. This, which is notice to appear to the named United States corporation, company, persons for unlawful occupation of our sovereign indigenous ancestral land. The date that the United States corporation, company, persons was commanded to appear is today, Friday, August 26th on the ancient moon calendar, 1444 on the ancient moon calendar, 1445 on the ancient sun calendar, 2022 on the Greco-Roman or Gregorian calendar, at 6 p.m., which is 12 a.m., Coordinated Universal Time. All who view the sovereign consular court action on the public record are witnesses. This audio and video platform does not in any way diminish the sovereign authority, universal power, nor the ancestral efficacy of the command given by this court, nor our consulate, nor our sovereign Moorish American government. Lawful notification was given to said United States corporation company by way of the Moorish federal government email and the posting on the public record. All the commerce of said United States corporation, company, persons to be named has been terminated by way of our sovereign universal code 1 lien. We, the justices of the Moorish American Consular Court, do hereby execute universal sovereign consular court actions in the favor of all Moors where unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous land is proven, with nationality status being the proof necessary to activate our sovereign living court to action. This court is hereby placed on the public record for the public record and letting the public record show that the United States corporation, company, persons are hereby called forth at this time, and each of you persons are commanded to state your name and nationality for the American people who are the Moorish American federal government. Once you have stated your name and nationality for the public record, you will then be required to respond to 3 questions by this living court. Your only response shall be yes if yes is true, or no if no is true. You are commanded to say nothing further, and no questions will be answered by the sovereign court at this time. At this time, we call forth the following corporate persons. 2016 Mazda CX-5, VIN number JMCKE4CY2G06931187. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. GTN, doing business as license plate for the Mazda CX-5 JM3KE4CY2G06933187. Doing business as the license plate for the Mazda CX-5 for Rosalind Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Q077178172514, doing business as the driver's license for Rosalind Pierre Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. RE Holdings and all other repossession companies contracted with Wells Fargo Bank, Wells Fargo Auto. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Instant Inc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Pro. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Instant Inc. Subscriptions. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Inc. Cartridges. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Cartridges. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP Printer with the serial number TH1AC3R048, FPU 1K7K3-64001, HP Inc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam, HP account for Rosalind Blanc. You are hereby commanded to state your name and nationality for the record. Islam. Silence is acquiescence. Therefore, those who do not speak when commanded have consented to our universal sovereign jurisdiction authority by way of our sovereign ex parte action, as the corporate parties did fail to appear and or respond point for point. Sovereign ex parte action by the Supreme Justices, who are the living Moorish American Consular Court, are further affirmation we do not need the permission of anyone to lawfully govern our vast estate. All United States corporation company persons are subject to this justice and all subsequent justices and commands of the Moorish American Consular Court. Our sovereign government rulings are the supreme law for the land, even in matters ex parte. We the people do hereby state that those United States corporation company persons whose names were called are guilty of unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous and ancient ancestral lands. All property on our land is already in the sovereign possession of the heirs. All corporate fraud and corruption has been removed from our sovereign resources. The American Provost Marshal is hereby notified and commanded to arrest you and place you at Guantanamo Bay Prison, where your decapitation shall occur. All those who live and breathe on our land are subject to us and shall obey all sovereign commands, and no public office nor property shall be held by said consenting subjects. Sumus de sanctum unum, we are the holy ones. Nous vivons, we live. Sumus classes tene abundante imperium, we are the keys to our abundant empire. Amen-Ra, Amen-Ra, Amen-Ra. Dico vobus quacumque sumus veritis super terram erintlingate et in calo et sumus quacumque. Sud veritas super terram erint suta et in calo. Amen-Ra, Amen-Ra, Amen-Ra. Dico vobus quacumque sumus veritis super terram erintlingate et in calo et sumus quacumque sud veritis super terram erint suta et in calo. Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra, Amun-Ra. Dico vobus quacumque sumus veritis super terram erint lingata et in calo, et sumus quacumque sul veritis super terram erint suta et in calo. Truly I say to you, whatsoever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we set free on earth is set free in heaven. With the completion of this sovereign Moorish American Consular Court action, we, the heirs, do hereby peacefully tribute to ourselves and our sovereign heirs that which is rightfully ours according to the will of our eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, infinite, self-existent, self-sufficient ancestors who are present here for this court action. This court action is hereby complete. Peace and grand rising to the ascended Moorish American nobility and grand rising to all risen humanity. Islam. All sovereign original indigenous ancient divine American autographs affirming this, and all sovereign original indigenous ancient empire state of Morocco and the de jure Moorish American Republic. Federal government documents are on the public record at America, ancient Morocco, northwest of Mexico, northwest Africa, the North Gate, Turtle Island, Gaia, Midgard, Earth, Chronos, time in perpetuity, Ego Sum, sovereign living justice, Rosan Spiritu Sanctus Imamu Ra El Bey, Islam. Yes, change it.